everybody, it's James here from goodguitarist.com, and in today's lesson I'm going to show you an easy acoustic version of Honky Tonk Woman by the Rolling Stones. Now this one is a simple strummer for the most part, just basic chords and a strumming pattern. But there are a couple of embellishments, and if you haven't already done so, I recommend getting your copy of my free ebook. It's 100% free for all my subscribers. Goes over all the basics of chords and strumming. I also have one for lead guitar. You'll get both of those. There's a link down below for that. They're completely free and go over all the fundamentals of, chords, strumming, reading tab, the minor pentatonic scale, all that stuff. It's all down below. Either way, we're going to get started with the chord shapes for this one. We start off on a G chord, then C. There's also A7 and D. If you're not familiar with all those shapes, like I said before, my free ebook will train you up. There's a bunch of videos that come with it completely free, and you can practice chord switching and really building up those fundamental skills. Either way, we're going to take those shapes now and play them using downstrokes only in order so that we can play the verse. Starting on G, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4, A7, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, C, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, G, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So go through that as many times as you need to until you can, counting out loud, strum all the chords with nice, smooth switches. And then we can add our strumming pattern to that chord progression. It goes like this. I'll do it a little bit slower. 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that is the most common strumming pattern ever. I've actually made 3 lessons for it. I'll put a link to the latest one in the corner. So if you need extra help with that, you'll find everything you need there. But we'll still take a minute right now to break it down. The first half is down, down, up. So a downstroke on 1 and a down up on beat 2. And I want to practice it this way, counting out loud. 3, 4, down, down, up. 3, 4, down, down, up. 3, 4. So we play down, down, up on beats 1 and 2, and then we count 3, 4 out loud so that we get a full 4 beat thing, because our strumming pattern is 4 beats and it repeats over and over again. And we're getting used to that flow of rhythm. The second half is miss, up, down, up. So we miss the strings on beat 3 and then we go up, down, up. And to practice it, 1, 2, miss, up, down, up. 1, 2, miss, up, down, up. And if you need it broken down further than that, like I said before, I have a separate lesson where we go way more in depth with that strumming pattern because it's like the most useful strumming pattern ever. Anyways, let's take a moment, put it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, miss, up, down, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. And once you can play it like that at a nice medium pace, we can put it together with our chord shapes from the verse, starting on G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, so that's the verse. Now, before we add those embellishments, I want to show you the chorus. And the chorus is super duper simple. Let's just try it. It's just the G and D chord with our strumming pattern. If you could play that verse, you're gonna rock this chorus. Let's start off on the G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
Honky Tonk Blues 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So you can always just rewind, go through that as many times as you need to. You know, it's substantially simpler than the verse. Anyways, next we're gonna add some embellishments to the verse. The first embellishment happens with the C chord. It goes like this. So I have my C shape, and I do the first half of the strumming pattern. And then I'm gonna lift my middle finger, and I'm gonna put it down to the 2nd fret on the next string. So it moved from the D string to the G string, and my pinky is gonna go underneath my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the D string. And you might be familiar with this shape if you've learned any songs that use the F chord from my channel. It's the easy F chord. I'll put a link in the corner if you want to explore this further. But either way, just practice that. Going from C, you move your middle finger over, and then you add your pinky. And we actually want to make sure that the underside of our index finger is lightly touching the thinnest string, which mutes it. So we have our C chord, we switch to F, and that's muted. And with that shape, we're gonna go up, up. With the first part, down, down, up, switch, up, up. So if we think about this in terms of our strumming pattern, we're switching during that miss. Down, down, up, switch while we miss, and then up, up. So I'll put it right here. You can see the whole thing. I want you to take your time with that, going through it really slowly. Down, down, up, switch, up, miss, up. And then we proceed just as usual on our C chord with our strumming pattern. And now the next part with an embellishment is on the D chord. And this one's a lot simpler. We have our D shape. We go down, down, up. And then we add our pinky to the 3rd fret of the thinnest string. So it's not much movement. We just have to add one finger. Same rhythm, up, up. And then we play our D chord as usual with the strumming pattern. So that one's a lot more straightforward. Just going down, down, up. Add the finger, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. And that's it. It's just those 2 embellishments, one for the C chord and one for the D chord. I want you to take a moment with those, and then we'll try to put them together with the verse, with the strumming, with the whole thing. Here we go, starting off on G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, so those are all the bits that make up the tune. At this point, all we have to do is take a look at the intro, which is really simple. It's just the middle 2 strings, so the D string and the G string, open. And I like to take my fingers here. I put my first finger resting on top of the thinnest 2 strings, and I get my thumb covering the thickest 2 strings. It's not essential, but it does help. And then I just strum these 2 strings going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's the same rhythm that we did those embellishments with. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you just do that as many times as you like. You know, the actual intro to the song is much more complicated than that, but this gets, you know, it gets the job done. 3, 4, and then we start strumming. And that's totally optional, but it's just something fun to do if you want to, you know, spice it up a little bit. Now, as far as putting the entire song together, we start off with our intro, which we just did, or you could just strum a G chord for the intro, because that's the underlying chord during that part, as many times as you like till you're ready to get started. Then we have the verse, the chorus. We do the verse one more time, the chorus one more time. Then there's a solo, and that's over the chords from the verse. So we play the verse again, and then we do the chorus 2 times. So this song's got a really simple form, just verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, chorus, and that's it. Now, I recommend writing that down and listening to the original recording and following along with it. You know, that's the best way to develop your sense of form, you know, your sense of where you are in the song. And at this point, when it comes to practicing it, just like we did in this lesson, you know, working through the verse in a simple way with just the chords only, adding the strumming to it, adding the embellishments, and that's pretty much it. I also have my free ebook covering all the fundamentals of rhythm guitar, you know, the chords, the strumming, putting it all together. My complete beginner's course, which does that 100 times over and guides you through the entire process at your own pace, step by step, you know, learning songs along the way from absolute beginner to confident strummer. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please ask in the comment section down below if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.